Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Sattvadeśvara Smadhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Ramacharya Śrī Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Śrīvāsadi Gaur Bhakti-vrinda ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Mokh Gopinath Sam Khanda Radha Khanda Giri Godhan ki jai, Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Navadvip Dham ki jai, Ganga Mai ki jai, जमुना माई की जाए, गुरु द्वारका धाम की जाए, स्वामी तो भक्तविंद की जाए, और ग्लोरीज टू देयर सिमरन, और ग्लोरीज टू देयर सिमरन. थैंक यू वेरी मच. Glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. Glories to you, Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sūta uvāca pṛthayetthaṁ kala-padaiḥ pariṇūtākhilodayaḥ udayaḥ mandaṁ jahāsa vaikuṇṭho mohayann māyayā Sūta uvāca pṛthayetthaṁ kala-padaiḥ pariṇūtākhilodayaḥ mandam jahāsa vaikuṇṭho mohayann māyayā. Translation. Sūta Gosvāmī said, "The Lord, thus hearing the prayers of Kuntīdevī, composed in choice words for his glorification, mildly smiled. That smile was as enchanting as his mystic power."
pṛthayā ittham kala-padaiḥ pariṇūtākhilodayaḥ mandaṁ jahāsa vaikuṇṭha mohayann iva māyayā. So, whatever Kuntī said, that was accepted by Krishna. So he remained silent and simply smiled that a devotee is glorifying the Lord in chosen words. Here it is said that kala-padaiḥ, when God is to be worshipped, he is to be offered the best selected words. Not that like the atheist fools, they worship or rather insult that very word, it gives us very much pain when God is called Daridra Narayan. Why? Why Narayan should be Daridra? That means no conception of Narayan. Therefore they add these insulting words. But that is not the way of worship. Uttama sloka, Krishna's or God's another name is Uttama sloka, who is worshipped by the best selected words. Uttama sloka gunanuvarnanam. Jaduttama sloka gunanuvarnanam. Idang pungsas tapasa sutasya shistasya suttasya chabuddha dattayo avichita artha kavibhi nirupita jad uttama sloka gunanuvarnanam. This is the injunction of the Shastra. Idang hi pungsang tapasa sutasya. In the material world, everyone, at least the higher class, higher section of the society, they are engaged in so many research work that is called tapasya. How to find out the best thing for the human benefit of the human society, scientific research, that is also tapasya. When a scientist invents something that is result of tapasya, it is not very easily obtained. Therefore, so many people are engaged in tapasya. Idang pungsas tapasa sutasya. So many people are engaged in education. Sutasya means of education. The Vedic process of getting education is by hearing. Therefore it is called Śrūti. The Vedas are called Śrūti. Formerly, just like we are reading books, the books were not needed because the memory was so sharp. Simply by hearing from the teacher, they will remember. That is called tradition, by hearing. Therefore, education means Śrūti. Śrūtibhi pratipanya. Anything, if you want to prove, then you have to give evidence from the Śrūti. Then it is. So, anyone who is being educated, anyone who is engaged in research work for the benefit of the whole human society, idang pungsas tapasas sutasya chabuddha dattayo, or somebody is giving in charity, opening hospital, schools, or other good purposes. Chabuddha dattayo. So why they are doing that? What is the purpose? The purpose is avichita artha. Avichita means infallible and artha means purpose. Avichita artha kabibhi nirupita. It is ascertained the purpose, why one should be engaged in research work, why one should be engaged getting good education, why one should perform charity, or why one should be intelligent. This is higher class activities. So what is the purpose? The purpose, it is said, kabibhi nirupita. By high class scholars, they have ascertained what is the jad uttama sloka gunanuvarnanam. The God is to be worshipped simply by glorifying Him by the best words, uttama sloka. Not that, my dear God, you have no eyes, you have no leg, you have no hand, you have no mouth. What is this? It is the indirect way of insulting God. If one man has no eyes, then what he is called? He is called blind. So if one man has no legs, he is called lame. So similarly, if we worship God, that you are blind, you are lame, you are headless, you are brainless, what is this worship? Similarly, this kind of worship, Daridra Narayana, Narayana is Daridra, is just like that. No. Here, Kuntī says that kala-padaiḥ, kala-padaiḥ, my chosen words. Just like if you worship some superior, when you give foodstuff to a spiritual master, superior, you find out the best selected foodstuff. Not that anything worst. You eat it. If you don't like, don't eat, I don't mind. No. This is the way of worship. When you worship superior, and who can be more superior than Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? He is the Supreme, absolute truth. Nitya nityanam, chaitanas chaitananam. So Kuntī has all along very selected words he used, that we should learn. That is the injunction of this earth. Uttama sloka. Therefore Krishna's another name is Bhagavati Uttama Sloke. Bhakti Bhavati Naisthiki. The best one. Actually, if you love somebody, out of love, you cannot use anything, means any word which is not very much appreciated. So, and they are all applicable. It is not like the logic, Kana Chelen Nam Paddulocha. One man has got a child who is blind, but he has given the name Padmalochan, lotus-eyed. Not like that. The selected words which Kuntī has used, it is not improper. They are properly used. Just like here is one word used, vaikuṇṭho. Krishna's another name is vaikuṇṭho, or God's another name is vaikuṇṭho. Vaikuṇṭho means vigata kuṇṭha, jasma. Therefore spiritual world is called vaikuṇṭho. And the material world is dukkhalayam asasatam. It is not vaikuṇṭha. You cannot even walk without anxiety. Just like we are walking on the street and the leg slipped. So we should be very much careful. Even in walking, beginning from your morning walk, you are full of anxiety. But vaikuṇṭha means no anxiety. No anxiety. That is spiritual world. We must understand what is vaikuṇṭha lok and what is jara lok. So, here everywhere simply danger. But if we take shelter of the vaikuṇṭha, Krishna, samasita ji padapallavang plavam, it is just like the boat for crossing over a furious, dangerous ocean. Krishna's lotus feet is compared with very sound, secure boat. And on boarding it, you can cross over the ocean of nescience. Vavambudhi vatsa padam. Vavambudhi. Ambudhi means sea, and bhava means the repetition of birth and death. Birth and death. Just like in the ocean, you are struggling, sometimes you are drowning, and somebody helps you, saves you from being drowned, and again he throws you in the ocean, then again struggle. So our life in this material world is like that. We are struggling from the very beginning of our life. We are simply struggling. We learn from Srimad Bhagavatam that after the sex between the man and the woman, the man injects the semina within the womb of the mother, of the woman, and it is emulsified first night and immediately forms a pea-like form. That pea-like form develops. So as soon as it is developed, of course, in the process of development, there is no consciousness. That's like deep sleeping. It is like that. But as soon as the body is little developed, there are 9 holes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, 2 eyes, 1 navel, 1 genital, 1 rectum. These 9 holes develop. Then the consciousness comes back. And when the consciousness comes back, then he feels pains and pleasure. Because when the body is developed, the body is very delicate. So he is forced to live within urine and stool and so many secretions. And there are always worms in the stool, in the urine, and they take advantage of the delicate body and they bite. So the baby packed up, cannot move, cannot say anything, but feels pain, therefore moves. And the pregnant woman therefore feels that the child is moving at the age of 7 months in the womb. So therefore the struggle begins from the womb. And when the child comes out, again struggle. And he is lying on the bed, some bug is biting, he cannot express, he is crying, and the mother thinks that he is hungry. In this way wrongly understands, cannot give relief him, and he is going on crying, crying, crying. We have seen it, everyone has got experience. Then as soon as he is grown up, he is given responsibility for learning ABCD or going to school. He doesn't like, no child likes, at least I did not like to go to school. So, this is also another step. Then when he is grown up, He's given more and more responsibility, examination, then married life, then family maintenance. In this way, struggling, again death. Again enter into the womb of mother. Again the same struggle. So where is happiness? Therefore, when Krishna says, dukkhalayam asasatam, this whole material world is a place for suffering only. That is a fact. But mohayan, being enamored by Maya, he does not know. He forgets. This life is a forgetfulness, ignorance. The struggle is going on. So therefore this word is used, that you are struggling in this material world so much, even beginning from your life. Prahlad Maharaj says, sada samudvigna dhiyam asat graha. Asat, the spiritual world is called Sat. Om Tat Sat. So, we should transfer ourselves to the spiritual world. Asato ma gama, sadgama. Asato ma sadgama. This is the Vedic injunction. Don't keep yourself in this asat. Asat means bad. Asat means which will not exist. That is called asat. Asat graha. So, because we have accepted this asat, agraha, with very great eagerness, that we shall become very happy, we shall live here very happily. Therefore, there is actually there is no happiness. Suppose if you get some money, all of a sudden, actually this is also asat, because when you did not get money, you are anxious to get it. And as soon as you get it, how to preserve it? Shall I keep it in the bank? Because it is black market, and then there will be income tax, and then what shall I do? Another anxiety. So, asat vastu, in any way you want to enjoy, it will give you always anxiety. And if you go to the sadavastu, asato ma sadgama, if you go to sat, then that is vaikuṇṭho. That is called vaikuṇṭha. No more anxiety. Therefore this very word is used, vaikuṇṭha. Mandaṁ jahāsa vaikuṇṭha, mohayan, māyayā. This maya is not illusion. This maya is affection. When a mother loves, smiles, the child feels very pleasant, very much. And the child on the lap of the mother is seeing the face of the child, and child is seeing the face of the mother. Both of them are very pleased and smile. So that maya means affection. When Krishna smiles, he smiles with affection, and the devotee becomes enamored, becomes captivated, simply by seeing Krishna smiling. This is the process. Exchange of devotional service. The vaikuṇṭha, Krishna's name and Krishna's place. Therefore, as Krishna is vaikuṇṭha, without any anxiety, Krishna has no anxiety. Similarly, Krishna's place is also without any anxiety. Krishna's activities, hearing Krishna, that is also without anxiety. If we want to be anxiety-less, then we should hear about Krishna. Sthane sthita sruti gatang tanumanga manovi. ji prayasa ajita jitapasistaistilakyam. Krishna, if you simply hear about Krishna, sthane sthita, it doesn't require to change your place. You may be in your place, position, you may be a medical practitioner, you may be engineer, you may be any other man, mercantile man, whatever you may be, you may be a laden man, you may be a policeman, it doesn't matter. But you hear. That is, if you want to get the position of vaikuṇṭha, then you simply hear. It doesn't matter what is your position. Krishna never said only this kind of man. Of course, there is classification. The classification is sinless and sinful. Only the person who are sinless, they can understand about God. That sinlessness can be achieved very easily, as I was explaining last night. Śrīmatī Kuntīdevī Krishna punnasravana kirtan. Simply, if you hear about Krishna, then the sinless, sinlessness automatically comes in. Cetadarpanamarjanam, simply by hearing. So by hearing, it is both the process and the medicine, both, everything. Because one has to become sinless, so one has to adopt some means by which one can become sinless. So simply by hearing, you become sinless. And after being sinless, you become more and more interested. Just like in jaundice disease, that if you, because the doctors, the medical practitioners, they give sugar candy. The physician gives sugar candy. The sugar candy to the person suffering from jaundice tastes bitter. It is bitter. But actually sugar candy is not bitter. Similarly, to the sinful man, the Krishna Katha, discussion about Krishna, does not appear to be very palatable. They do not like to hear. They think it is a waste of time. But that, as the sugar candy is the only medicine for jaundice disease, similarly, the Harikatha or Krishna Katha is the only medicine for our material disease. That if we take it, just like the jaundice patient, if he takes sugar candy, then gradually he becomes free from the disease condition, and at that time the same sugar candy which he tasted in the beginning as bitter, it appears to be very, very sweet. Then he cannot give it up. This is the process. So, we are in material disease at the present moment. We have forgotten Krishna and struggling for existence. We are trying to be happy by manufacturing so many plans, but this will not help us. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved this process. What is that? Jnane priyasam mudapasa namanta eva sarmakritanga bhavadiya bhartam sthane sthita sutigatang tanubang manobhi ji prayasa ajita jita pasista istilakka. There was discussion between Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Ramananda Rai began from Varnashram Dharma, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected. Rejected not wholly, Iha bhajya age kaha. Yes, this is not bad, but it is not so important. Iha bhajya age kaha. If you know something more, in this way, gradually, step by step, Ramananda Raya says the ultimate goal of life is this, is that, is that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said all of them as external, at least in this age. It is very difficult. Just like in the beginning, Ramananda Raya said that varnasamacāravata puruṣena paroppaman. He gave stress on the institution of varna and asrama, to observe the rules and regulations of varnas, four varnas, to become Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and four ashramas, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Iha bhajya, bhajya. Yes, it is good, but it is not so important. Not so important. Because he knew in this age, Kali Yuga, who is going to observe this varnashram dharma? Everyone is Shudra. A Shudra cannot understand this. Neither it is possible to bring them back again, although we are trying, but it is very difficult. Once one has become debauched, to reform him is very difficult. But still there is way. And that way is suggested when Ramananda Raya suggested that it is the words of Lord Brahma that jnane prayasam udapas. One should not very much endeavor to speculate. Speculating process. Just like these theosophists, the philosophers, the scientists, they, instead of having direct knowledge from the superior, they more or less speculate. So, one has to give up this speculating habit. If one thinks that I know, I am very educated, I am very advanced, I can discover what is God. That is not possible. That is not possible. Athapi te deva padam bhujadayam prasada leshanu grihita evai janati tattvam. You cannot understand God by your speculative mode. Big scholar, they have speculated about Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, misled. They could not understand. Just like a big politician, Gandhi, he also has Bhagavad Gita in his hand, but he never spoke throughout his whole life that Krishna is worshipable. He never spoke. Have you seen that he has advised that Krishna is worshipable? Never. Dr. Radha Krishna, he is also so big a scholar. He has commented on Bhagavad Gita. Rather he says, it is not to Krishna. When Krishna says, Manmana bhava bhakta madhyaji manga namaskuru, Dr. Radha Krishna says, it is not to Krishna. That is the difficulty. Because they have no mercy of Krishna upon them. They cannot understand Krishna. Nahang prakasa sarvasya yoga maya samam. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Javan jaschami tattvat. This is stated in the Bhagavad. But they are not bhaktas. Tilak, he has described Bhagavad Gita as a kurmi. Never said that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You will find like that. So many. How to speak of others? There are about 600 commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, all misleading. Therefore we have presented Bhagavad Gita as it is, without any misinterpretation. And it is acting. These 600 editions of Bhagavad Gita was being advertised in the Western countries, and so many scholars and swamis went there. Not a single person became a devotee of Krishna. Not a single, for the last 200, 300 years. Before that there was no such attempt, but for the last at least 100 years or more than that, many Indians went to the Western countries to preach our philosophy, and they referred to Bhagavad Gita and so on. But unfortunately, not a single person became a devotee of Krishna. Not a single person. But as we presented Bhagavad Gita as it is, within 5 years, thousands and thousands have become devotee of Krishna. One can compare this. So, this is the way that don't speculate nonsensically. That is the injunction of Lord Brahma. This jnana prayasam, that you are very much learned scholar, you are a great politician, so I can speculate some religious system by misinterpreting this Bhagavad Gita. No, you should stop this. That is the recommendation. Jnana prayasam udapas. Namanta eva. Just become submissive. Submissive. That is the only way to become submissive, first of all. Then you can understand what is God. Therefore Krishna demands sarvadharman pariṇūtākhilodayaḥ. So, jnana prayasam udapas namanta eva. And what is the next business? Sanamukharitanga bhavadiya vartam. One should hear bhavadiya vartam, the message of Krishna, from a realized soul, not a professional man, a realized soul. Sanamukharitanga, sat, om tat sat, that says again. That is the way. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended Bhagavat paragya Bhagavata sthane. Don't go and hear Bhagavad Saptaha by a professional man. That is useless, waste of time. If you want to learn about Bhagavat, then Bhagavat paragya Bhagavata sthane. Realize so. Grantha Bhagavat, and that is the recommendation of Brahma, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted. When this verse was recited by Ramananda Rai, Jnana prayasam udapasanavanta eva jivanti sarmukharitam bhavadiya varta sthane sthita stutigatang tanuvang mano. Immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Iho hoy. Yes, this is the system. Iho hoy. Aage ka hoy. Then further development. Shanta ras, Dasa ras, Sakha ras, Vatsalya ras, that is rasa vichar. That is, when one has stepped into this vaikuṇṭha platform, then the rasa vichar, not before that. So, here also, Krishna is described as vaikuṇṭha. If one takes shelter of Krishna, then he also becomes vaikuṇṭha. Samasita ji padapallavam plamam. He becomes assured of his safety. Krishna is vaikuṇṭha. So, pṛthayā ittham kala-padaiḥ, and we should not try to insult God. We should try to glorify God in glorified language. That I have already explained. Uttama sloka, gunānubhāva. don't try to speak nonsense and describe God. And no, God is never Daridra. How he can be Daridra? If you describe Daridra Narayan, it is blasphemy. No. Uttama sloka. Just like Kuntī has described, Krishna Sakha. You are the friend of Arjuna. That is the proper explanation. Gopi Vallabh. Krishna, you are always prepared to please the gopis. Jasadanandan, Brajajana Ranjana. These are the descriptions. Krishna, you are the son of God. Krishna takes pride. Krishna, when his name is attached with the activities of a devotee, he becomes very much pleased. But sometimes Krishna is called Kamsa Nisudana, Madhusudana, Kamsari. That is also Krishna's pleasure. He appears to be enemy, Kamsari, to the demons. So these are the description of Krishna. We have to follow Mahajana Jina Gatasya Pantha. Don't manufacture something which will not be compatible. You just hear Sthani Sthita Sudigana from the realized soul, how Krishna should be described. Here just like Kuntī is describing Krishna, Krishna Sakha. He is Krishna, and Draupadi is also called Krishna, and Arjuna is also called Krishna. So Krishna is both friends for both of them. Krishna supplied unlimited measurement of cloth to Draupadi because Draupadi was crying for Krishna, save my honor. Similarly, Arjuna also, he accepted Krishna as the supreme guide. Shishyastiham sadhimang prapannam. There is perplexity in my dear Krishna. I cannot decide whether I shall fight or I shall not fight. Katpanna dusho apahatasya bhava. I am Kshatriya, but due to my weakness, I am trying to avoid fight. So therefore, please instruct me, because you can, I understand that you can give me the right instruction, therefore I become your Shishya. Shishyastiham sadhimang prapanna. Therefore, Krishna is known as Pṛthayā. Pṛthayā. Krishna Sakha. Jasadanandan. Nandanandan. Vasudev. Devaki Nandan. So God has no name, but He has got thousands and millions of names on account of His different varieties of activities with His devotees. This is the science of understanding Krishna's name. Krishna Sakha and Vrishni Rishabha, the best of the Vrishni dynasty. Because Krishna took birth in the Vrishni dynasty. So he is the best. Rishabha. Rishabha means the best. Because Krishna took birth in the Vrishni dynasty, therefore the whole family became very famous. And his business was Nidhrug Rajanna Varga Vangsha Dahana Pritranam Sadhunam Vinashaya Duskhitam. So in this way, Krishna should be described in connection with different activities. But those who are impersonalists, they cannot understand Krishna, and being impersonalists, they do not believe in the activities of the Supreme. They think that when the Supreme Absolute Truth comes in the material world and the material form, then there are activities. Otherwise, impersonal where there is activity. They cannot understand. Therefore, nobody can understand Krishna without being trained up by a self-realized devotee. If one takes the shelter of Krishna's representative, devotee, then it doesn't matter what he is. Kirata hunanda pulinda pukkasa abhira sambha japana kasada. Janne chupap. Jadupasraya sraya. If he has taken shelter of a pure devotee, never mind, he is a kirata hun andra pulinda pukkasa. He is shuddhanti. He becomes purified. And gradually he understands Krishna. So, from the example of Kuntīdevī, if we want to understand Krishna and if we want to be transferred to the vaikuṇṭha atmosphere, then we should follow the Krishna's. Krishna is very much pleased. If you worship Krishna in the proper way, mahajana jinaga, then he accepts. Bhaktya mama vijanati. And Krishna also says, patram puspam phalam toyam jome bhaktya prajachati. That bhakti is the most important thing. Krishna is not interested with your food stuff. Krishna is interested with your bhakti. Therefore this word is used. Jome bhaktya prajachati. Not that I am very rich man. I can offer Krishna luchi puri halwa. He must take it. Just like we get some palatable food stuff, we eat up to the neck. No. Krishna is Atmaram. Krishna has no hunger. Even if he is hungry, he can fulfill it himself. He doesn't require your help. But he accepts your foodstuff because you offer him with bhakti. That is the main thing. Just like you relish foodstuff when you are hungry. If you have got sufficient appetite, any kind of foodstuff you will find it is very nice. But if you are offered very palatable foodstuff and you are not hungry, you have no appetite, useless. Similarly, you can Krishna offer very nice foodstuff, luchi, puri, halwa and other things. But if you have no bhakti, then Krishna will not touch. Therefore, it is essential, those who are initiated, they should prepare Krishna's foodstuff. The professional man, non-initiated person cannot prepare. Because a bhakta prepares the foodstuff with some desire that let me do it very nicely, Krishna will eat. That is a different thing from the professional man cooking. So Jime Bhakta, the main thing is bhakti. All the prayers offered by Kuntīdevī, full of bhakti. So we should learn from Kuntīdevī how to offer, and then Krishna will be very much pleased and he will smile, jahāsa.
Was told in Vehicle 9, Vehicle 9 was told by whom? Is it in Shastra?
It is not in the Shastra, but somebody, some Swami has told it. Yeah, not Ramakrishna, Vivekananda. All right. Dr. Sahib, a question?
All all the time wanted trouble and miseries and sorrow.
Hmm?
Kunti,
Kunti had no miseries.
but she wanted all the time.
Yes, because he wanted Krishna. That is the subject matter of this prayer, that Krishna was going to Dwarka, taking leave from Kunti, so she thought that Krishna, when we are always in danger, you are always with us. And now we are situated in good position, we are out of danger, and you are going away, the better we be again in danger, so that I can see you. That was Kunti's prayer. That's all.